in our limited time, what is the most important things we should be doing to try to stay injury free during this training cycle?
Yeah, I would say the best things you can be doing is strength training. You got to get strong and I, like Sister said, I've had my own myriad of injuries over the years, and I was able to run in 1 year, which I don't always recommend. But the only way I could do it was because I was doing a lot of strength training and doing that somewhat regularly. You don't have to do it every day, so maybe like 2 or 3 times a week working on that. That will help you to get strong and stay strong. It really cut out a lot of the nagging hamstring tightness or the Achilles issues, hip flexor pulls that I was going through. So at a base level, I think it's really great to be working on body weight stuff. And I know we're all kind of crunched for time, so I'll give you some of my all-time favorites, some of the best ones I had. So one of them would have been just like regular air squats. So one down, going about that, maybe about 90 degrees down. Don't go all the way, okay? Doing like 3 sets, 20. You want to build up. Ever feel easy? If it is, I'll need to do a little bit more. And then lunges, where you're dropping one straight down. A little bit different. Okay. So I'm really just kind of focusing on dropping the back knee. Notice my front knee, it's not really coming forward a lot. It's more going straight down. Okay. So I would work up to sets of 20 for this, but maybe start with 10 or 15. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit better form, not letting the knee go too far forward. Okay. It's really about lowering the back leg, doing like 15, and you switch to the other side and working your way up to like 3 sets of that. Another really helpful one would be heel raises. Okay. Try to work your way up to getting up on one heel, a couple sets of 20. Again, start out a little bit lower at sets of 10 or sets of 15. That's okay, but try to work your way up to that one. And then a little bit for some balance and some stability, a little bit of a combination one. So you're on one leg, you use your other hand to come down, and the goal is to tap your toe. It's a little challenging, especially it's a kind of a good combination one as far as strength, balance, and motor control. Maybe you start with going a little bit down to the knee. You're trying to stay on one leg. You're going to be using your glutes outside here. In particular, trying to keep your pelvis level. You notice I'm keeping my foot in front, not letting it go back. Now that's kind of a little easier. So we're trying to really use the glutes in doing this. So those are a couple of my favorites, my go-tos. However, for those that are ready for a challenge, if those are kind of easy, we make them all dynamic, make them all plyometric. So each one of those, especially for the first couple ones, can be made a little bit more challenging by making it just a little bit of a plyometric. Notice my toes are just barely clearing the ground. Okay. You don't need to go high. You don't need to go deep. Same thing for like the lunges. Okay. Just barely clear the ground. And then for what we call the tipping birds, you go down and tap, you come up like an inch. Go down and tap, come up an inch. Okay. It's quite challenging. It's a bit advanced for those that are at 3 sets of 20, and that's kind of not too much of a challenge. Those were some of my favorites. You can crank out a good workout in 10, 15 minutes by alternating the squats, the lunges, the tipping bird, the heel raises, going back and forth and kind of doing those dynamic workouts.
Awesome. Sweet. Those are some great tips. You can do those while you're watching TV. You can do those while you're praying the rosary. Let me be real about my situation about praying the rosary. If any of you like me essentially have ADHD and can't pray the rosary sitting still, it's the way to go. So you can get all your dynamic stretches in while you pray your rosary. Yeah, that is awesome.